Hey, Ronnie with Joy of Pepper. We are looking at the Goldfinch today, so let's go ahead and get this thing opened up. So I'm really excited about the Goldfinch because it seems to be a very fall-centered sauce. I'll just read the copy here. It's that time again when us basic finches, let's see what they did there, need our pumpkin spice, and the Goldfinch really likes to emphasize the spice. Taking inspiration from the great harvest of the Midwest, this autumnal sauce encompasses seasonal flavors of pumpkin, corn, apple, honey, and warming spices. The Goldfinch has a hint of sweet and a whole lot of heat, from chile de árbol, habaneros, y Carolina Reaper peppers. So this ought to be a nice sauce. On the label it says fermented pumpkin corn hot sauce. So really, really neat. I'm excited to try this one. Let's go ahead and look at what they have to say here. Happy fall, y'all. Looking for something with a little pumpkin spice or a hankering for some heat? Get your bottle of the Goldfinch, our seasonal harvest hot sauce. We're starting to run low, so pick up a bottle today before they become ghosts. So suggested pairings, great on pasta, especially ravioli and gnocchi. Highly recommended as a topping for pizza and calzones. Also delicious on eggs and breakfast burritos. So let's go ahead and look at the sauce itself. Of course, the label is their conventional label, and it's a good convention, by the way. No ingredients here. It's just a Goldfinch on what appears to be a barbed wire fence. But I'm very interested to see what shines through the brightest in this one. I love, you see small flecks of red and black and tan on this kind of brown base, which is similar actually to the cuckoo as far as coloration. But this has those beautiful red flecks in it from the peppers, presumably, likely. So let's go ahead and open it. It's really nice. I like that they give such attention to the presentation of the sauce. Go ahead and open it right here. Okay. So as I said, this is a pretty thin sauce. Okay. Pretty thin viscosity. And a thin consistency too. They don't always go hand in hand. In this case they do. So I'm going to go ahead and... Oh yeah. That's what I was hoping for. So those warming spices come through immediately. Just like in the Kingfisher, except on this note, they have apples and peaches shining through with it. And the pear, onion right after that. Corn's going to be a little bit harder to discern. I think that's going to be more of a texture element, but corn's going to be such a mild flavor behind all these other really assertive ones. But I'm sure it's going to show up in there. So without further ado, let's do a pour. Alright, we call that runny. Okay, very thin. Lots of stuff going on in it though. Thin consistency, but there's still a lot of particle in here. On the spoon, a lot of these flavors diffuse a little faster. Otherwise, I'm not picking up anything new on the spoon that I didn't get out of the bottle. The fluted nature of the bottle allows more to come up from it. Everything diffuses right off the spoon so fast it's hard to catch. I think that's how it goes anyway. It seems that way. This is all seams, by the way. This is all seams. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this and see what happens. I have to try it again. It goes in one direction, then it cuts in a very different direction. So I'm going to have to do this twice. Okay. So the first thing you get is the sweetness of the apples, the peaches, the pears, the sugar and honey. After that, the onion, it kind of keeps going. You pick up more of that. The ginger's there all along it. Those warming spices are prevalent throughout. And then the heat presents itself. The corn is good all throughout. I feel like this has a very similar use case as the kingfisher. Perhaps more overlap even than the cuckoo, in my opinion. As far as likability, this is a very likable sauce. They just do so good at masterfully blending disparate ingredients that you feel would be kind of hard to go together. They just got a careful hand about all these things in a way that not everyone is able to do. I would imagine there's many people that would be kind of scared to make a hot sauce with corn in it, and peaches and pears and onions and ginger, but they approach it. They got a vision for it, and I feel like they really nailed the vision of this. It's festive, it's fall-like, it's warm, and I can't stop eating it. So the chili de arbol and habanero pepper, it provides the flash heat up front. The Carolina Reaper, a more persistent heat and a building heat, but I'd say this is a very good sauce. I don't know what the price is right now. I think it said it on the website. Yeah, $10.95. Definitely worth $10.95 for this bottle. It's a premium product. You're gonna like it. You'll want to put it on a lot of stuff, and I'm glad I've got it for Thanksgiving, because this is a good one to have at the Thanksgiving table. Bounty of flavor, I would say that it's a very bountiful flavor. I'd give it a 4 out of 5 on bounty of flavor. I don't know what they could have done any differently. I think honestly it's just the chosen ingredients. I don't know if I could say, well, they should have added more of this or reduced that. I just think it's the corpus of ingredients. I don't think it could be any more bountiful for what it is. I'd give it 4.5, because it's really good. Linger of flavor. The flavor lingers moderately, as much as you'd want it to. I think I'd give it a 3. Overall intensity, it builds. So I'd say you're looking at a 6 or a 7 on intensity. The burn itself, they give it a 3 out of 5. I don't know, maybe it's honestly probably like a 3.5 out of 5. Duration of burn, like I said, it builds, so I might look at a 3 on that one. 3 out of 5. That's how I'd rate the sauce. I recommend this one. If I don't like it, I'm not going to recommend it. But one thing is, about the way that I review things, I try to see the vision of what the person tried to execute and then judge them according to that. So this tastes like fall. This tastes like fall. This tastes like harvest. And you know, what else can you say after that? It's a good sauce. You should try it. Thanks.